Senate Select Committee on Intelligence.
Well, seizing an oil tanker in the Caribbean might be the start of the Trump administration's pressure campaign on Venezuela, but it's the latest development since launching Operation Southern Spear, which is aimed at curbing the flow of illegal drugs into the U.S. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin is in Washington with more on these developments. Hey, Jen.
Hi, Jackie. Well, I just came from an on-the-record briefing with the ranking member of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Senator Mark Warner spoke with the George Washington University's Defense Writers Group, and I asked him point blank if the U.S. is going to war with Venezuela. Senator Warner is a member of the Gang of Eight, and he said, "I don't know." That is alarming given the amount of air power, troops, and warships in the Caribbean right now. The USS Gerald R. Ford is moving south into the Caribbean basin, further into the basin. EA-18 Growlers, electronic warfare jets in Puerto Rico to jam enemy radar and take out surface-to-air missile sites. Air Force HH-60 search and rescue helicopters deployed to the Caribbean from Japan, and 12 Navy warships.
Is the campaign against Venezuela still just about drugs, or is it now also about oil?
It has to do with a lot of things. It's going to be starting on land pretty soon.
He seems to be sleepwalking into a war with Venezuela.
Seizing an oil tanker is one thing, but what follows could be far bigger. President Trump says the U.S. will keep the oil from the tanker. It's not the first time the U.S. has seized sanctioned oil tankers. It did so with 4 tankers in 2020, Iranian oil that had been sanctioned. The Treasury Department has now targeted Maduro insiders and sanctions evaders, including sanctions on 3 of Maduro's nephews and 6 shipping companies. The seized vessel is now in forfeiture, headed to a U.S. port. Russian President Vladimir Putin, meanwhile, is reaffirming support for Venezuela's Maduro. Today, more details have emerged in the Wall Street Journal exclusive about the dramatic and nearly failed evacuation of the leading Venezuelan opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, who has been in hiding in Venezuela and is seen here on the balcony of her hotel in Oslo, where she received the Nobel Peace Prize. She was nearly lost at sea for 3 hours after a series of mishaps by the contractor sent to help her escape Venezuela, including a fishing boat that at first broke down, a GPS that went overboard. The Venezuelan operation appears designed to remove Maduro from power, but it's not clear whether all of the U.S. government entities responsible for oversight know the overall plan and whether Congress has been fully briefed. There are bound to be questions about how Machado was evacuated and why all of the details ended up in the press. Jackie?
And it was quite a compelling story at that. All right, Jennifer, thank you very much.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno.